Hi, Jessie Nebula's here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not actually going to be playing a game. This is the 500 subscriber Q&A special. So we're just going to do a little bit of Q&A, questions that have been put forth by the community. As a backdrop, we're going to be watching a video of me drawing. This is an older video because I can't draw currently because I have a compressed nerve in my arm. So it is an older video, but I decided it would be good to use since I honestly didn't know what else to put in the video. So first off, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. It's really awesome. I'm so excited about the trajectory of the channel and just the community that's forming and just getting to know you guys like in the Discord, and it's just been great. I'm just really excited to have all of you here. Gaming content is something that I wanted to do for about 10 years, I think. I just never had a computer that was capable of recording any sort of game content. So to finally be able to actually do it and find out that people enjoy my content has been lovely. I absolutely adore it. So just thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Moving on to the questions. Is your avatar you? Yes. I don't know who else it would be, but yes, that's me. But I put it through a cartoon filter, so it's me but tuned. So, but yeah, that's me. Where do you live? South Carolina, USA, in the Myrtle Beach area. I'm not going to say exactly where, but it's near Myrtle Beach. So that's where I live. I'm originally from Minnesota, but I have lived, well, I say originally, I was born in Pennsylvania, and I've lived in Virginia, I've lived in North Dakota, I've lived quite a few places. Never on the West Coast, though. I've never actually been to the West Coast, but through the Midwest and the South, I've lived quite a few places, but currently I'm in South Carolina. And the only reason I'm here is because my sister moved down here and had some babies. And I didn't like being that far away from my niece and my nephew, so I moved down here too. How old are you? Now this one's going to surprise you because I know I sound very young. I sound like I'm about 12 sometimes, but I am actually 38. And I know you guys are probably expecting me to say that I was in my, probably my 20s, my late 20s maybe, but no, I'm 38. And I don't look it either, is what I've been told. Probably because I don't have any sun damage, so I don't really have any wrinkles. Because I've stayed out of the sun pretty much my whole life, because I'm sort of allergic to the sun. Which is a little side note. I'm essentially allergic to the sun. It's called photosensitivity. Yeah, I'm basically a vampire. Besides gaming, what are your hobbies? Well, as you can see, art. I am an artist. I've been doing art my whole life. I'm also a writer, and I like performing stand-up comedy. So I've got a few balls in the air. And I think performing stand-up comedy kind of has translated well into making content because just comedic timing is sometimes more important than actually what you're saying. So if you can get the timing right, you're pretty much golden. And I think I've learned that through the years. So some of my favorite comedians are Dylan Moran, who's a fantastic Irish comedian. Look him up, he's hilarious. And then Eddie Izzard, who is English. And of course, George Carlin. Classic. I actually saw George Carlin perform live in Minneapolis many years ago. Obviously, because he's dead now. But I miss that old fart. And as for writing, fiction, novels, primarily like horror, suspense, thriller, that kind of thing. Urban fantasy kind of deal. They're all self-published novels though, so they didn't get much traction, but they got really good reviews, so I'm pretty satisfied. It's like, well, it's better than writing a shitty book that everybody read, you know? I prefer to write a decent book that few people read, but they all enjoyed. I prefer it that way. So that works for me. Most influential games growing up. I would have to say Zelda is one of the biggest because My earliest memories are of playing the Nintendo, my mom's Nintendo. Playing the first one. Other than that, The Sims. I've been playing The Sims since, when did it come out? 97? Something like that. I've played every iteration. I love them. Some more than others, but yeah, those are the two major games, I'd say. What are your short-term goals for the channel? My short-term goal is to get monetized. That was a long-term goal, but just with the way the growth has been going, it's kind of turned into a short-term goal, because beyond that, now my long-term goals are other things. But yeah, I'm really just pushing for monetization, because this is something I would like to see turn into a career. And if I can get monetized, I can just do this as my job, which would be phenomenal. And I have talked about it a bit, not so much in videos, but I am disabled, so I can't work a traditional job. So if I could make a living doing this, that would be a blessing. Long-term goals for life. My long-term goal for life, what I would really like to do eventually, is be able to travel more. And I would like to get a camper, like an RV, and be able to travel the country a bit. I would like to stay down in the south during the winter months, and then in the summer months go up north and check that out. I'd like to get to Alaska. I'd just like to do some traveling. And if I did content creation for a job, for a living, and it does well, that actually is something that I could conceivably do. And I've lived in a camper before. I had a camper years ago. I got some money in a car accident settlement. Not a lot of money, but a little bit of money. And I bought a camper, and I lived in it for about a year in a campground. And it was fantastic. I loved it. It was great. I had internet and cable hooked up. I had it all pimped out. It was awesome. What got you into gaming? My mom. She loves Zelda. She still does. Though I had to teach her how to play the newer versions of Zelda, because once they're not like the 2D, once they got into 3D, she struggled, and she still does. But yeah, my mom. She got me into it. I vaguely remember she had a boyfriend years ago when I was little who had an Atari. And I remember playing on that Atari too. So it's been, my whole life. Do you have a boyfriend? First off, thirsty much? 2, no, I don't. I was engaged last year. Well, up until last year. We were together for a few years. It didn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't. It's better to know before you get married than after. And we remain good friends. But no, I'm not seeing anybody right now. I'm focusing on the channel more than any sort of social life. How long do your videos take to make? Generally, I record for about an hour to an hour and a half. And then I edit for about, maybe, again, about an hour to an hour and a half. Sometimes 2 hours, because I am a slow editor. I'm learning editing. I'm not great at it. I'm trying to get there. I'm learning to like it more and more. It was a chore for a long time, but I'm starting to kind of get into a groove with it, and I'm getting faster. So it usually takes between 2 and 4 hours per video, which is why it's difficult to do 2 videos a day, because that's, 6 to 8 hours. It's a full-time job, which, if I could work 8 hours a day sitting at a desk, I wouldn't be disabled. But I am disabled, which is why, even though I'd love to do 2 videos every day, I'm just going to be doing 1 video a day, and then sometimes a second video if I feel up to it, if I have extra time, plus shorts. So yeah, that's how long they take, about 2 to 4 hours per video. Plus then you have to make thumbnails, and then you have to upload it, and you have to write descriptions. There's all kinds of stuff involved. Alright, last question. Who is your favorite YouTuber? And I'd probably say my favorite is Call Me Kevin. I watch Call Me Kevin every day. He is an Irish YouTuber who does variety games, just all different types of games. And he's hilarious, and he seems like a genuinely nice dude. So I suggest you give his videos a watch, because he's very funny. Alright, well that about wraps it up for the Q&A. I hope I can edit this into something that's worth listening to. I know it's not going to get a whole lot of views, but that's not the point of this one at all. This is for the community, and I appreciate you guys, and maybe we'll make this into like a tradition. Like every milestone, we'll do a little Q&A, And I'm just really, really interested and excited to see where the channel goes from here. And I'm so happy you guys decided to come along for the ride. So just thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the community. If you haven't already, joined the Discord. Come chat with me. I like to get to know you guys a little bit better. Enough of this. I'm just rambling at this point. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Jessie Nebulous. Bye.